Hello, I'm Janet, and I'm going to be showing you a project that I created using AIP. It uses a large language model and other AIP transforms and can take a novel as input and list out and describe every relationship between two characters and analyze these relationships. For this demo, I analyzed the book Pride and Prejudice, and this website right here contains the whole text of the novel. So I went ahead and downloaded this novel as a text file. Then I ran this Python program, which basically just reads the text file I downloaded and breaks the text up into chunks of 500 words each. And then it exports the chunks into a CSV file called Pride chunks. So as you can see, each entry is a chunk, and it has a chunk ID and the associated text. So now I'm hopping over to the AIP platform. I used a pipeline builder, and I started by uploading my Pride chunk CSV file. Then I used the GPT 4.1 large language model to identify every relationship in each chunk of text and return the characters in the relationship, the type, like whether it's family, friend, enemy, romantic, or colleague, and supporting evidence from the text. And so now for each chunk, I listed every relationship within that chunk. So the LLM returned my result in JSON format. So next, I parsed the results and turned them into structs. I also dropped the evidence member because I don't need it in this demo. However, my relationships are still in array form, with each array containing multiple relationships. So next, I exploded the arrays, so each relationship is its own entry. But my table still has multiple columns, including the chunk ID and the text, but I don't really need any of that, so I kept only the output column, where each entry corresponds to one relationship. So every entry is a struct. So next, I flattened the struct. So the table now contains a character A column, a character B column, and a relationship type column. And I created an output, which I called 3-column relations with that table. Next, I did a couple ways of data analysis using data aggregation transforms, and here I display how many of each type of relationship there are. Here I display how many of each type of relationship each character has. And from that, I filtered the table to only display romantic relationships, and I sorted the table in descending order. And here, I simply display how many relationships each character has in total. I did want to create some sort of graphical visualization for my data. So I created a Jupyter program that takes my 3-column relations output from the pipeline builder as input and shows every romantic relationship between two characters. Now, I could change it to another relationship type, like friend or enemy, but I just used romantic for the sake of the demo. So that's the project I built with AIP, which can be used to analyze character relationships in a novel.